So let's go ahead and start with the top 3 things that you should be doing in USDA Growing Zones 3 through 8. So this is our Midwest, our North, those colder climates that are, I hate to say it, you're getting ready for the changing of the seasons. I was just talking with my parents the other day, and they are in Michigan. They're doing this awesome 2-month road trip. So they're going to be really enjoying the fall changing of colors. And they said the other day, the colors are already starting in Michigan with the maples. So the maples are already starting to change. For those of you that are in Wisconsin and Canada, you're probably experiencing much of the same thing. So what should you be doing in those colder climate or temperate climate growing zones? The first thing that I'd be thinking about this month in September is this is your last chance to plant those cold crops. So we're thinking beets and radishes, turnips, Swiss chard. So if you're wanting to be growing through the fall and the early winter months, if you've got a hoop house or a polytunnel, this is your last chance to get those in the ground. You're a little bit late, but sometimes if we have those little bit more warmer falls, coming into winter, the Indian summers, then they're going to do really, really well. The second thing that I'd be thinking about if I were still living in Michigan or Kansas City, I'd be thinking about getting my mulch ready, whether that's going to be wood chips or straw or grass clippings or leaves. I'm starting to collect all of those really good mulch stuff because I want to be using that in October and November, getting ready to cover the soil, protect the root systems and the root balls, especially of first-year trees and shrubs and bushes. I want to get that mulch ready and ordered. So you could even get on chipdrop.com. Always pre-add the tip. You'll have a way better chance of getting the wood chips, and see about getting that mulch ready to start applying, nice and slow. I don't like to rush when it gets to be like October, November. I don't want to rush and have to get all of that done in a 1 or 2 week period. Start now. Just start getting those wood chips ready. So the third thing to think about in USDA zones 3 through 8 is harvesting the surplus crops and storing them and drying them. So if you're a canner and you're doing your tomatoes and you're doing jams and jellies and preserves, maybe you're drying some of the herbs that are in the garden. Cut them now, make the little herb bundles, hang them up in your kitchen. Get those things drying so that way you can have fresh herbs for your pastas and casseroles and shepherd's pie, over the winter months. There's nothing like being able to take those fresh herbs and just crush them over top of a nice home-cooked meal in the winter months. It's one of those things that this time of year we get busy with back to school. Work is starting to pick up again after summer vacations. We're done with Labor Day weekend, and it's hard to think about going and cutting them. But if you just take 30 minutes and go this week, cut 5 bundles, and they don't have to be big, and just tie them up with some little twine or jute or whatever, hang them up in the kitchen, and you will be so glad come the winter months. Plus, it does look kind of cool in the kitchen when you got those like rad dried herbs. It just puts you in your like wizard era of life. You know what I mean? So those are the 3 things I'd be thinking about in USDA zones 3 through 8. Last chance for fall crops, getting that mulch ordered, and then harvesting, storing, and drying the surplus crops.